So this fuse saved my motorcycle from a very expensive mistake. You see, I plugged in the wrong charger into my battery tender, and after a couple of weeks, my battery tender circuit was dead. And if it wasn't for this fuse, I could have suffered some very serious electrical damage on my motorcycle. Let me tell you what I did wrong and how you can also avoid it. So here's the thing, I don't ride every day. A lot of us don't. You've got work, you've got weather, you've got life, things happen. So you don't always get to ride your bike every day. And the thing I didn't realize coming back to motorcycling after a 30-year break is motorcycles are a lot different to what they were when I previously had them. You see, back in the day, older bikes, you could park them and leave them for a few weeks, jump back on, fire them straight up. But today's modern bikes, they're a lot different. They've got a lot of electronics. For example, you've got an alarm system, you've got an ECU, you've got computers and stuff on board, immobilizers. All these things have power draining your battery 24/7. So my bike already came with a factory battery tender installed, and I believe a lot of new bikes have this. And it makes sense because a lot of manufacturers know these electronics are going to drain your battery over time. So it's smart, right? They give you a way to easily plug in your battery charger to your bike, keep your battery charged up, so when you come back to your bike in a couple of weeks, it's ready to go. Well, I did that, and I thought I was doing the right thing. I plugged in my Noco Genius 10. So everything was great, and then after a couple of weeks, my bike would no longer charge. You see, I blew the fuse on the battery tender. And that's when I realized I was using the wrong tool for the job. Okay, so before I go through and explain my mistake, let's talk about the Noco Genius chargers and what they actually do. So these Noco Genius chargers, they're not like your typical old school battery charger which just charge your battery. They're actually a smart charger. So they go through a few different phases of charging your battery and also maintaining the battery. Now, I'm no battery expert, but as I understand it, essentially what these are doing is desulfating the battery. So I believe over time, you build up lead sulfate crystals in the battery, and that kind of reduces your battery's capacity. What these chargers are actually doing is sending controlled voltage into the battery to break down those crystals and restore your battery back to its best condition, keeping your battery healthier and making it last longer. So the smart thing is when you plug this into your battery, essentially it's going to go through a few different phases. It's going to charge your battery at 25, 50, 75 and up to 100%. And once it's fully charged, it just goes into I believe it's called float mode, which just maintains your battery at that level. And it's not continually charging your battery like a old school trickle charger. It's just stopping and starting that trickle charge to keep your battery in top condition. Okay, so here's my mistake. I already had the Noco Genius 10, which I was using in my car. Now, my motorcycle battery is significantly smaller than a car battery. I didn't realize that it's not ideal to use a 10 amp Noco Genius 10 to charge a motorcycle battery. So after I blew the fuse, I called Noco and asked them, did I actually damage my bike? Which they couldn't actually tell me it was possible, but I did find out it was the fuse. And they recommended me to use the Noco Genius 2, which is designed for motorcycles. So 2 amps versus 10 amps. I should also point out, I'm not sponsored by Noco. I've purchased both of these with my own money, and I'm just sharing my experience so you don't make the same mistake. So what I didn't understand was that using a Genius 10 to charge my motorcycle battery is like using a fire hose to fill up your coffee cup. It's really overkill. What you need is the Noco Genius 2. Okay, so the great thing about the Noco Genius 2 is it has the same smart technology of the Genius 10. It does everything exactly the same, except it's only charging at 2 amps. Designed for motorcycles, perfect for the job. Now, I've been very happy with the Noco Genius range, both the 10 and the 2. And like I said, I bought these with my own money. If you think you may need a Noco Genius 2 for your bike and you want to support me, I'm going to put some affiliate links in the description, which you can purchase through Amazon. And that doesn't cost you anything extra. And if you want to support me, it just means I'll get a few dollars from the sale, and that will just help me invest more into the channel and bring you more great videos like this one. Now to use the Noco Genius, it's really easy. Like I said, my bike comes with a factory installed battery tender lead. So you basically just take your Noco Genius, select your battery type. I believe it's 12 volt AGM, 12 volt lithium, and 6 volt if you have a 6 volt. Plug it in, turn the power on, away it goes. You can just walk away and leave it, and it'll give you some indicator lights telling you how the battery conditioning is going, and it's that easy. When you want to get back on your bike, you simply unplug your lead, jump on your bike, start straight away. Perfect. Okay, so for my bike, I did need to get a SAE adapter. So here's what the end of the lead looks like for the Noco Genius. You get an adapter, these two just simply connect together. It gives you the correct endpoint for your battery tender lead, at least for my bike. It may be different for different bikes. And you plug that straight into your bike and your bike will be charging. That easy. So it's really that easy. It's a pretty simple process. Once you get the charger, you get your adapter if you need one, you install a battery tender lead if your bike doesn't have one, and you just simply plug it back in once your bike cools down after a ride, and a week's time when you go to jump back on it, it's all ready to go. Starts first time, battery's ready to go, and you're maintaining your battery and extending your battery life. So it's actually going to save you some money in the long run. Now these Genius chargers, they're not that expensive. Look them up in your local store. They're actually really good. I've had mine for well over a year now. My Genius 10 I've had over a year, and the Genius 2 just a little bit after I purchased the bike, and I'm very happy with them. So there we have it. Don't make the same mistake as me. Get the right charger for the job, for your motorcycle, to keep your battery in tip-top shape. Thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this, give us a like and subscribe, and follow me for more adventures on my Harley Davidson. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.